Alright, hold on. Let's take it back just a second. Hi, I'm Mitch Gibson. Now, one of my favorite directors is Martin Scorsese, and my favorite movie of all time is The Departed. So I thought, with our first episode, why not start with my favorite scene from my favorite movie? I'm Mitch Gibson, and welcome to What's So Great About It? Now, if you've seen the movie, you probably know why this moment's so important. We've basically been following these two the entire film, and they've never met once. They've never interacted. I mean, what's happened in each of their stories has affected one another here and there, but as far goes, they really haven't interacted with each other quite so much. So, right at about roughly the 2 hour mark, we finally get to see these two interact. And I think it speaks for itself. Let's start with Leo's acting here. Now, one of the best parts of this film is Leo DiCaprio's performance. Now, the interesting thing here is we see how hesitant he is, and we get why 100% if you've seen the movie. But I feel like if you saw just this scene, you would still kind of get a feeling for what is going on. Alright, so this is the part when basically the tension hits a fever pitch. We're about to see these two interact for the first time ever in this film. And it utilizes something that Martin Scorsese uses brilliantly, which is silence. You're basically screaming at the screen, telling them, say something. Let's finally see these two interact, and then look. It doesn't happen. Leo hangs up, packs up his stuff, and gets ready to leave. But then he doesn't leave. He sits around contemplating. Should I call him back? Maybe it's Dignam. Maybe I'm finally going to get out of this. But it just keeps building with that back and forth. And then he picks up the phone. Matt Damon just waits and picks up the phone.
Yeah.
You called this number on a dead guy's phone.
And
Who
that
are you?
relief just sets in.
So it is you. Thank God you're all right. We were very worried.
Who are you?
This is Sergeant Sullivan. I'm taking over Queenan's unit.
Let me talk to Dignam to confirm it.
Then you get that feeling of how smart they are.
Very upset.
Matt
We're all very
thinks he
upset.
can take him down and trick him into coming in. But he's having none of
We
it.
need you to come in. Can you come in?
The second he knows Dignam's not there, he knows. Something Martin Scorsese does very well is work with tension. Now, he uses silence to his advantage when he wants to build up tension. You've seen it in Raging Bull, you've seen it in Goodfellas, it's been in most of his greatest films. And here, it's almost subtle the way he uses silence. He just has this big concerto of operatic music playing, but the second Matt Damon opens that phone, you only hear the vibrating phone. That's the only sound you hear, and they're breathing. And you see them go through a million emotions. I mean, Leo goes through the grieving process of realizing that Captain Queenan's dead, and he's got his phone still, and he's kind of curious to who might be calling at the other end of this phone because it's Queenan's phone. And you just get this back and forth clips of them on the phone and interacting, and then Leo hangs up and packs up all of his stuff and just says, I'm ruined. I'm done. I need to get out of here while I can because the rat has found me. But then he pulls back and he sees the phone. And Matt Damon just sits there waiting for him to get the call because he knows how curious he is. He's waiting for that call. And Leo, curiosity gets the better of him, and he makes the call. And it just goes back to that back and forth of, are they going to interact? Are they going to speak? And
Call this
then
number
they
on
do.
the dead guy's phone.
And man,
Who are you?
the whole Pandora's box of the entire film just opened.
You're all right.
We got to see our two main characters finally interact for the first time in this glorious film. And it's so interesting the way they do it as a phone conversation, just a simple phone conversation.
On a leave of absence.
And then
Very upset.
the second they realize they have found each other out, Leo cuts the cord, and Matt knows
We need you to come in.
there's nothing else he can do. I'm Mitch Gibson, and that's what's so great about it.